Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about spirituality and what is spirituality and how can it help us to grow in our life, how can it help us to reduce um, everything, anxiety and stress and all these things, overthinking, fears, everything that we face in our life nowadays. um, I feel that spirituality is the key, is the answer to all these issues. Okay, so today I'm going to tell you how and what is spirituality all about. Okay, so spirituality is actually our connection to ourself within us. We are in the middle of a knowledge revolution. We have so much knowledge at our fingertips. Like whenever we want it, you just ask a question, you ask Google, you get answers. But your mind is not aligned or designed to process that much of information in a day, you know so that's why sometimes it's like, how your laptop gets overloaded, so does your mind. It's like those are the days when you're like really overworked, overburdened, or you're like having a total energy drain. So I want you all to understand, like, those are the days when your mind is on an overload. Like, and I have a lot of people who connect with me, like they are going through a burnout or something like that. It's like spirituality, connects you, as I said, to the deeper part of you, like there's an inner voice that like we've all been given this inner voice, like, as I said. And first and foremost, I would also like to clarify that spirituality has got nothing to do with religion. It's not religion based, it has nothing to do with religion. Spirituality is your connection to yourself, your connection to the infinite power, infinite source energy, divine energy, whatever you may choose to call it. Now, in this humdrum of life, and we are running on this treadmill, and we are just going places, and I mean, we're just running on the treadmill and basically not reaching anywhere. So what happens in that, in this run and mundanity and everything of life, you lose your connection to yourself. As I will keep telling you today, is your connection to yourself. That is the first thing. Second thing is, when you understand yourself better, who you are, what's happening with you. It's like, for example, if I was to ask you, what's your friends, like maybe all of us have some close friends, childhood friends. And I would ask you, like, for example, like, what is the problem that your friend is suffering through? Or maybe what's is something troubling your friend? Or what's the favorite color of your particular friend or your sibling or somebody? You would probably know the answer. But if I was to ask you to go deeper within yourself and ask yourself, what's happening within you, that is a place that we don't mostly go to. So when you understand why, like, it's like, for example, you all are going through anxiety and overthinking, correct? So when you understand spirituality or spiritualism in your life, when you bring it into your life, it's, for example, I'll give you, you're eating an ice cream, okay? And you get a cold. So what you do, you go to the doctor, and the doctor, treats your cold and gives you some medicine for the cold. Now, again, after a few days, again, you eat an ice cream and again, you get a cold. So what do? You go to the doctor again. Again, he gives you some medicine to treat your cold. But that's what we keep doing. You see, overthinking, anxiety is a loop. You're just stuck into that loop again and again. It's like going to the doctor and taking a medicine for the cold, which is what most of us do. But when you come into spirituality, you deal with the root of the cold. Like, why are you getting a cold? So, spirituality is what is going to connect you to the core of your problems, to the root of your anxiety, to the root of your overthinking. Because, see, overthinking is, we are very intelligent human beings. We have an intelligent body, we have an intelligent mind. So, if in the world nowadays you are facing these issues, there is a root, there is a cause. When you come with spirituality, you start understanding the cause of the problem, you start understanding the root of the problem. And of course, since most of us are not connected to our deeper inner selves, it's very difficult for us to get there. So, okay, I will also give you, like, we've come to this, I'll give you a little introduction about myself. I am a spirituality mentor, yes, and a therapist, spiritual therapist, coach, mentor. and I'm also a reprogrammer of the subconscious mind. So, and I have been doing this work for the last 15 years, mostly in Delhi earlier. We have two minds, like we have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind. All your, beliefs, your negative systems, whatever blocks, everything is kind of stored in your subconscious mind. So today, when you make a decision, for example, something makes you anxious. Like for example, maybe giving a presentation at work makes you anxious, but you just know it's anxiety. You don't know the root and you don't know the reason why you get anxious when you're doing a presentation. Now, finding that cause is going deeper into your subconscious mind to figuring out, why do I get anxious when I have to give a presentation? So, what will happen now? I'll tell you how it will affect your life. It will affect your life in the way that because giving a presentation makes you anxious, what you're going to do, you're going to avoid taking projects that, that will make you give a presentation. So, for example, if there's a team effort and you're asked, okay, who's going to give the presentation, and you probably pull back and say, no, I don't want to do it, and your conscious mind will give you 10 reasons for not doing it. None of them are real. Okay, it's, oh, I don't have the time, oh, I won't be able to do it, maybe I'm not capable enough, blah 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 blah. So a conscious mind is going to give you all these number of reasons for not doing it, because it is actually there to protect you. But the real reason, the real cause for you not doing is deeper. And when you start understanding that, what's going to happen is you're going to release yourself of your blocks. You're going to get unstuck. And imagine, like, supposing you figure it out. Okay, I have a presentation phobia, or something happened with me, or something. I'm maybe camera shy, or I'm an introvert, or whatever is the issue, whatever is the cause. Once you work with that, what will happen is you will free yourself. You will live as a more freer human being. So the next time when there's a team effort and somebody says, okay, Pooja, do you want to do, or Priyanka, do you want to do the presentation? You will, of course, say, yes, why not? I'm going to do it. So that is the first thing. Now, how do you get clarity over there? How do you get clarity to connecting to yourself? See, we are all, now I'm going to give you a little bit about spirituality. So, just keep an open mind and listen and see. And if it doesn't, like, if any questions, please feel free to ask. So what happens is that we, all of us know, like we all have a soul. We have a soul. And, if somebody, it's like, when somebody passes away, they say the soul has left the body and all of that. But we are all souls on this planet. Like Earth, we come as, you have the concept that I'm a human body and I have a soul. Correct? I mean, you all know that. But when you understand spiritualism and spirituality, it's actually the other way around. It is like you are a soul who has come to this planet Earth for a human experience. It's like your soul's journey, which is expressed through your, through your body, through your human body. So that's why you understand in this respect that everybody has a different journey on this planet. Even like your sibling, for example, you're born in the same house, brought up in the same way, given the same, entitlements or perks that your brother, sister has. But yet you will have a different journey in life, and your brother or your sister will have a different journey. Why that happens is because we are all on an individual soul journey on this planet. And, we have 7-8 billion people on this planet, but each of us is unique in their own way. Even twins, born at the same time, will not have the same personality, will not have the same journey. You must have seen that in your life so many times. And that is because, as I said, we are unique individuals and we are here for an own individual unique journey with our own individual challenges in life, which our own individual growth patterns in life, and the lessons that we need to learn, etc., etc. So what happens is that when you get stuck in now, let's say, I would like to tell you that we all have an energy field around us, okay, which is about 6 inches away from our body. Like you can call it aura, or you can call it your vibe. And, your aura is actually a sum total of everything that you think, and you feel. It is a sum total of all your past emotions, all your past memories, all your past thoughts, all your past experiences. So, what happens is, since this aura of yours is made up of, as I said, all your past experiences, your past thoughts, your memories, and everything that you have gone through from the moment you have been born. So we come to the second thing that is called, now this is an energy field. Okay, so you can call it aura, you can call it your vibe, you can call it, for example, if you're thinking with anxiety, or you're having negative thoughts, or you're having fearful thoughts. Now, as I explained to you all, what happens is that those thoughts immediately come into your energy field, into your aura. So before you even open your mouth to say something and you have entered a room and you're meeting a new person, that energy goes to the other person without you having said anything. And as I said, you must have experienced this. It's like when somebody enters a room, uh, and they have very good energy about them. You've like felt it, like there is energy everywhere. Like, but and when somebody enters a room, and you've not even spoken to them, or you just said a few lines to them, and you really don't like them, and hasn't done anything bad to me, hasn't said anything bad to me, but I would choose to keep my distance. As I said, we are soul beings. Okay, we are all souls. We come to planet Earth, like I would say, like planet Earth is a learning planet. Okay, and you come to planet Earth to learn something, to learn a lesson, to learn or to overcome a challenge, or anything that will help you to grow and take you to the next level. So now, how do these challenges come in our life? Okay, these challenges come as problems in our life. So every time you face a problem, you're like, oh my God, why is this happening to me again and again? Oh, I don't like this problem. Or, why is this person being so mean to me? Or why do I have to do this? Or why am I not getting promoted? Or why are things just not aligning for me? And, why is it taking, like everybody else is kind of doing so well? And, why am I stuck in this same position? Or, something like that. So these are thought loops, they keep going on, the overthinking loops. All, as I said, all of these thought loops and everything comes into your energy field. Now this energy goes to the other person even without you saying anything. Okay, so let me give you an opposite example. For example, there are some people who have very vibrant energy, like like they enter the room, and you may just feel like their energy enters before them. They're very very large energy fields. Like, for example, I mean, I'm just giving you an actor. I have always felt this about, I don't know, it's not on a personal thing or something, but I've always felt this about Salman Khan. you know it's like, now since I'm mentioning it, you will notice, like whenever he enters the screen, or whenever he enters, there's a larger than life aura about him. So these are people who have very large energetic fields. Now, what happens is that, as I said, once you come into any kind of mind issues, it could be overthinking, as I said, or anxiety, or even sadness, or feeling stuck. You're getting anxious is because you feel you're not capable enough to handle a situation. And then that leads to another thought loop of getting stressed. And then, the whole cycle keeps going on and on. But when you come back to yourself, spirituality is all about not looking outward, but coming back to yourself, like taking a U-turn and coming back, connecting to yourself, connecting to yourself, diving deeper into yourself. And maybe right now you may not understand what I'm saying, but it's because, see, we have this inner voice, as I said, like a GPS. It's like a positioning system. I call it like our given positioning system that we have, but we don't know how to listen to it, because it has got lost in our thoughts, like negative overthinking thoughts, and our, you know, like, let's say, low emotions, or emotions that don't serve us well. Negative emotions, you can say, or I mean, I don't believe anything is negative, but okay, but we can call it that. So what happens for a period of time in your life, sometime, like you go out with your friends, you go out for a party and you feel good, correct? But then again, when you come back home, or you're sitting by yourself, again you dip. your energy dips. So whole day your energy is like this. It goes down, it goes up. Your thoughts go down, they go up, go down. So every day, like in your life, you're in a state of just managing your energy. Is that correct? It's like you're going down, you're going up, you're going down, or you're probably stagnant at one level. And you, like, most of your life, what you end up doing is just managing that energy, like the up and the down, the up and the down. So when like when you're just managing this energy most of the time, how are you going to grow? Think about that. So then, as I said, when you are on journey, on a spiritual journey, okay, now on planet Earth, to learn some lesson, to grow through some challenge, correct? That makes sense. But if you are not able to manage the energy, you're not able to manage, like, see, the energy is, again, I would say, for you all to understand better, it could be triggers. Someone said something, you got hurt. So you spend the next 10 days just going back again to that same sentence. Oh, that person said this, I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling hurt. Or you may even feel sad about it, you may even cry about it. There must be many instances. Maybe you remember something that happened in your life maybe 5 years ago, 3 years ago. And today also, when you think about it, that still hurts you. You still, you could be out at a party and thoroughly enjoying yourself. And, someone says something that triggers that memory. And what happens? Your energy dips. You start feeling sad. You may not enjoy yourself at that party. You may feel bad. You may not feel good. So what do you do? Then that moment is lost at that party. You're going back and delving into those thoughts and everything and all of that. So, as I said, what will happen eventually in your life, like if you might have noticed a pattern in the last 4 5 years or 10 years or 15 years or how many ever years, you're just doing this, or you're stagnating. You're just like kind of stabilizing, but again, you dip. And sometimes you feel good, something good happens in your life. So, most of the time when you're doing that, it is very, I mean, I'm sure you'll agree that it's a very difficult place to grow from. Because in order to grow, you need to be stable, you need to be grounded, you need to have your foundation strong, you need to have your roots strong. And then, even if someone says something, you're like, okay, cool, this is where I have to go, this is how I have to grow, this is what I have to do. And you're focused and you're able to move towards that direction. But energy dips happen, and energy drains happen, and all of this happens is because we are not aware of our spiritual selves. So it's like, it's, for example, as I said, we don't know how to clear, like we have so much clutter in the mind. Your mind, on accord with the data and the media and every internet and everything, you get about 90,000 thoughts in a day, approximately. And out of that, I would say that 90% of them are either irrelevant, repetitive, unimportant, or totally of no use to you, or probably negative. And again, if overthinking is a problem, so then again, it's the same thought again and again and again, which happens. So when you come from a platform over there, growth is very difficult. It's like, and you don't know how to clear this clutter from your mind. So every day what happens, it's like, how you take a bath every day to clean yourself, how you throw out your garbage every day. Now imagine if you didn't throw out the garbage from your dustbin every day. It piled up for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, it starts smelling. And you got to throw it out. Imagine. And so what we do with our memories and our minds and all of these things is that we have piled up so much in our minds, you know, some which is good, some which is not good. So then that not good starts affecting our good parts, and sometimes the not good even becomes more than the good. And that is when this pattern starts happening, the anxiety. And then you eventually see, anxiety is a first level, overthinking is a first level. Then if anxiety, I have worked with anxiety for I don't know how many years. I've worked with clients abroad. I've had clients in the US and all who've gone for therapy for anxiety for 15 years, imagine. And I was like telling them, I said, what are you doing, with the therapist, if for 15 years you can't resolve this? But anxiety, and then of course it's naturally going to turn into maybe stronger things like depression and all of that. But if we learn to understand how our mind works, if you learn to train your mind, you learn to clear out the clutter from your mind every day, imagine how beautiful your mind will be. And they are functioning at such an overload. So obviously, it's the same thing like your laptop. If your laptop is your RAM is not up to the mark, and it's overloaded, so obviously it's going to become less effective, it's going to work slowly, it's not going to give you optimum results. In the same way in your life. So when you work with spirituality, you first start understanding the power of thought. As I say, I love saying this, is that your life, I've the kind of coined this line, is that your life today is a sum total of all the decisions that you have made, right? It is a sum total of all the decisions that you have made is your life today. Now, where do you make a decision from? You make a decision from your mind. And if your mind is again, overworked and overburdened, or again into all of, these low energy vibrations, so your decisions are also going to come from a low energy vibration. And then eventually they're not going to be good for you. So when you understand spirituality, again coming back to spirituality, you first have to understand how to clean up the mind. Absolutely, like have a clean slate. And there is a process to do it every day. There's a process to do it every day. And of course there are many other some are techniques, some are, and then figuring out your root cause of your problem. Why is this happening in my life? And once you clear it out, it's like you get a clean slate. Once you get a clean slate, then whatever you write on it, whatever positivity you write on it, that will like multiply in your life. That will give you momentum in your life. And that's going to be absolutely amazing for the momentum that you have in your life. So that is one way of getting momentum. And once you start doing that, what's going to happen? Your daily stress is going to come down. Even if some situation stresses you out, you will know how to handle it. You know what you have to do with it. Because ultimately, you understand two things. Two things with spirituality. One is you are a soul with a human form on a spiritual journey on earth, which is a learning planet. Two is that whatever problems that you're facing in your life, you're going to have to change the way you look at problems. This is one awareness that I would like to give you, is that you have to change the way you look at your problems, because your problems are not problems. Your problems are actually challenges. They are challenges for which, actually, from which you have to grow. You have to cross that challenge. You have to take it as a challenge. And sometimes to take the problem as a challenge, you need a lot of mental perseverance. And when you're riddled again with anxiety, overthinking and all, you don't have that mental strength to probably handle that problem. So one gets even more bogged down, and energy drains and dips and all of these things. So not to worry at all. Once you understand, like, okay, this is not a problem, this is a challenge. You get it? Like, I'm just trying to change your perspective of looking at a problem from a spiritual angle. So spirituality does one of these things. So just for today, just to understand of changing your perspective of looking at a problem. Okay. So you look at the problem as a challenge, as an opportunity for growth, actually. I'm sure there must be various problems in your life, like either at work or, in your family or relationships. Anyway, problems happen to everyone. But once you understand and once you are aware of how to look at that problem, the whole problem changes. Then it becomes a challenge, as I said, it becomes an opportunity. And once you start looking at it like that, the way you will handle it, the way you'll deal with it will also change. Just give it a different angle, and see, with the perspective change. Like, it's like, see, spirituality is like what I call it, like a magic lens. It's like it changes the way you look at things. Problems will be problems. Problems are going to be there. It's like not like a, but your ability to handle the problems, your ability to manage the problems will be like 100%, 200% more than a person who is not having spirituality in their life.